welcome to the Pink Parley. It's your fine ass host Molly, and welcome to the show. So you guys, I finally did it. Through all the trials and tribulations, I'm finally here with the first stage of the Pink Parley studio. Doesn't this look so much better, you guys? And you know, I have to thank you guys so much for just riding with me just going through so much that I've been through, and just me with a pink banner talking my shit on my little microphone, and I'm here. Now that I finally have the studio set up, I know you guys want more guest stars on the show. So yeah, I'm officially inviting all sexy entrepreneurs to come on the Pink Parley, pop your shit, share your story, promote your business, and let's have fun. Let's smoke, let's drink, and have some sexy conversation. If you are interested in coming on the show, I recommend you go to the pinkparley.com webpage and go ahead and fill out that disclaimer form and send it to me, so therefore I can reach out to you and we can set up the appointment. And yes, I definitely have a few guests that are interested in coming on the parlay, so very soon I'll be working on those interviews as well. So yes, you guys stay tuned. I have so much more to come. Like, I'm only just getting started. So yes, today's podcast was inspired by the Pink Parley blog. And you can find the Pink Parley blog at thepinkparley.wordpress.com. You know, giving y'all this realness has become something that I love to do. You know, I kind of accidentally got into this whole podcasting thing. I definitely got into it by accident by doing this myself, but it's turned into one of the best things that's come into my life. And yes, one of my business goals in doing this is that one day I plan to be a full-time content creator, full-time podcaster, and eventually leave my sex work life. But until then, I'm still prostituting and podcasting. So roll up if you smoke, sip your drink if you drink, and if you gotta be sober, then just listen to this realness I'm finna give y'all, okay? So yeah, when starting this podcast, I knew I had something special, right? Like, just from jotting down the plan, visualizing everything, you know, it was something I knew I wanted to do. I just felt it in my heart, and it's literally a feeling I've never really felt before, but it was just this tingly feeling inside of me, this excitement. I just knew this was it. Like, out of everything I ever thought of and planned out, like, I knew this was the master plan. And yeah, y'all, like, I have been trying to find so many different outlets from outside my sex work. Why, I don't really know, because I love what I do. But, you know, I always knew it wasn't going to be forever. I knew I was only getting older. So I had to, you know, figure out what would be my next way out after sex work, you know? So I worked so many different careers thinking that this is going to work, and I ended up fucking hating it, or it just doesn't work smoothly for me, and, you know, it becomes more of a headache. And so, you know, for a while I was just like, damn, like, am I ever not going to amount to anything else but a hoe? Like, this is really how I was feeling, and it was really fucking with my, you know, my self-esteem for real. And you gotta think, you guys, before I was your fine ass host Molly, you know, I was once a person who did not have a lot of confidence in herself, you know, didn't believe in herself or anything like that, and also had a lot of the wrong people around me. So, you know, this affected me a lot in just how I felt about myself, and just as far as my motivation, what I felt I was able to achieve. And yeah, I mean, and I can't think that mindset journey shit is so powerful, because once I started doing that, I kid you not, it's like my vision was clear. Like, all the talents I thought I didn't have, I started realizing, like, my God, like, I could write, I have a great personality, you know. So when I started like thinking about all these things, you know, I really wasn't even thinking about doing this shit for me though. Like, still wasn't thinking about doing no podcast for me at all, but was thinking like, damn, you know, like, me and my friend, we have good personalities, and she was all depressed and shit about her man, right? So I'm like, what is the plan to get my friend out the rut, right? Like, this is me and how I am, the type of friend I am. Like, I'll do anything to pull my friend out of emotional sadness. And I was just trying to give her something else to just, you know, give her something to look forward to, because she was depressed, y'all, right? So, you know, through all that though, you know, it ended up not working out. But I have this plan, this master plan that's written on this paper, right? Like this ink stained paper that is so powerful, right? But it's just nothing but a piece of paper with scribbles, right? So I'm like, all I gotta do is execute this motherfucker. And it, honestly, y'all, like, I was so fucking heated about the whole situation. Like, she had me so fucked up that even though I was shy, even though I'm a nervous person, that adrenaline pumping, like, oh nah, bitch, like I'm doing my shit, you feel me? And like she's definitely not gonna steal my shit ever. So I'm on it. So I'm like, fuck it, I started like binge watching YouTube videos and shit, learning how to edit, really getting sharp on my shit. I got my microphone, so I'm recording my first episodes and kind of like to break the ice because I was so nervous, you guys. Like, I still get nervous to record every single parlay. And I think this is a lot of podcasters too. Like with the other podcasters I've seen too, like, I don't know what it is, but I have this weird nervousness and it'd be just me in the room. I'll be nervous as shit, y'all. Like, this shit is not easy to do, I swear. I recorded my first 2 episodes. I'm like, you know what? I might not have the studio shit because that shit kind of got fucked up. I'm like, fuck it, y'all. Like, I got these hotel rooms. I know I'm finna be in these bitches for a minute. Fuck it. I'm finna record from right here. Like, it's quiet enough in these hotel rooms. I can record some shit. And that's exactly what I did. As an audio only, I didn't worry about the studio or nothing. Because in my mind, I'm still going to have this all pinked out studio that's just going to be like a paradise, right? At least that's what my ideal vision was. So, I kept on going with that for a couple months, getting better with my mic etiquette. I used to like definitely talk. I used to mumble my words a lot more, and I can say through this podcasting journey, especially when you're audio only, you ain't got the subtitles and all that, it will teach you how to speak proper as fuck. Because when I would hear my voice back playing on the audio only and you don't understand me, there is nothing else to really help you. So trust me, if you're doing audio only podcasting, you are going to learn how to speak proper as fuck. That is, if you want to get downloads and shit like that and people fucking with your podcast. So I had my 2 parlays, my intro and then my half caution when choosing your business partner. And it was the perfect parlay because it was all about that bitch, right? So I'm excited as fuck to get this shit out. And I don't know, I must have been like consistently, I swear, editing that fucking audio, and it wasn't even that long, y'all. Probably took me about like that whole week or so. And I'm talking about constantly working on it, ain't taking no breaks just to catch a date. That's it, right? Because mind you, I'm still in hotel rooms. I'm still working in between all this shit, right? But after I have my client and shit, it's like I'm right back to my shit, right? So once I put my first 2 parlays out, I'm thinking like, honestly, I was nervous as fuck because, I'm pumped up with adrenaline. I kind of just did the shit without even thinking, right? Once it was out there and I'm hearing it on the fucking radio now, I'm like, fuck, like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, I put my shit out to the whole world. And then it got worse when I started sharing my story too. I was really like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, it took me a minute to really get used to the whole thing of just being out to the world. But nonetheless though, like, it helped really because wasn't nobody listening to my shit for real. Like, I thought at least like 10, 20 people, like, I had probably my one little friend in New York tuning into my shit, and that was it. Like, and then the rest, my friends and shit, I was trying to get them to listen and, hear what I got to say, get some advice from them and all that shit. These punk ass motherfuckers didn't want to listen to my shit, so that's why I really had to cut off a lot of friends too through this journey. Like, I've lost a lot of, I ain't really got no friends no more, y'all. Like, they gone. Like, shit, everybody that did some weird fuck shit during this whole journey. So, these heartbreaks and everything, but I'm gonna get more into that a little bit later. So yeah, so as I started promoting my podcast and stuff, telling people about it, it'll make me feel lame as fuck. Like when people ask me about my YouTube show and I would have to tell them like straight up, like, nah, I don't have no YouTube show and shit. So people would try to look me up on other shit. They couldn't find it. They don't know. They never even heard of Apple Podcasts like that. Don't even know where the app is in their phone. So, it was something that was fucking with me for a minute, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all something I really have not told y'all this whole time in this whole journey. And I tell y'all everything that's going on for real. So at the time of starting the Pink Parley, right, I was living in Culver City and then I had got another cheaper apartment, right? So it took me a couple months to make this move, but I knew it would be the right thing to do, especially since I came up with the Pink Parley idea. I was like, ooh, like my idea was like, fuck it, I got my own spot. Like, it's a little bit cheaper in rent too, a lot cheaper in rent actually. So I was like, fuck it. Like, I'll just fucking, work a little bit less so that I could work on my podcast more and be like more full-time creator. And then I was just before the whole real estate shit kind of went into shit. But, I was like, okay, and I'm gonna focus on my real estate more and all this shit, guys. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna move out of Culver City. I ended up moving here, I thought everything was cool, you feel me? I'm like, you know what, the spot cute. I'm like, it ain't bad at all. I'm like, I'm happy, I'm saving money and shit. So I'm thinking about how much more money I could stack up and shit. Like, I'm happy. So I'm unpacking my shit, right, y'all? And when I kid you the fuck not, it must have hit about 8 o'clock. And when I tell you that first roach popped out so quick, right? So I'm like, oh shit, you know, but I live in the hood, right? Like, it's expected. Roaches is everywhere, especially in a new apartment and shit. So I ain't thinking nothing of the first one. I'm like, fuck it, you know, I kill it and shit. And then it more start popping up, y'all. And when I tell y'all, so many motherfucking roaches that popped out of me, like, I never slept that whole night. I stayed up that whole night killing roaches, y'all. And I had this vision. I had this fucking podcast, and I'm just barely getting it started. And I'm like, fuck, like, now I didn't fucking gave up my apartment in Culver City that was bug free. Now I'm dealing with a roach infestation. I'm talking about a whole invasion, y'all. Like, it was just a mess, right? And during this whole journey, I could have just said, fuck it. I could have just gave up. I could have just said, like, whatever, right? And it was a lot on me mentally to just take all that in. It was a lot at the time. You know what, y'all? Like, after battling roaches all motherfucking night with no sleep, exhausted as fuck, I had my whole bag packed. It was just sitting right there. I already had my shit. I grabbed that motherfucking bag and I was out of here. I was like, and at that time, really, I was like, honestly, the motherfucking roaches can have it, y'all. Like, they can have all this shit. I'm like, I'll never come back to this bitch, right? Like, that's how I was really feeling. So yeah, and y'all, when I tell y'all that's what I've been doing for almost the past year. Let's see, how long the Pink Parley been out? It's been about 8 months now. So it's been, yeah, I've been doing this, y'all, for about 9 good months run, y'all. And when I say I've been grinding 10 toes down, city to city, county to county, state to state, country to country, trains, buses, planes, all that, even on foot, getting around to get to this motherfucking money and making this vision happen and recording these parlay episodes from whatever hotel I'm at, from wherever city, state, country, whatever, and getting these parlays done and published by Sunday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. PST. Yeah, like, this is like no joke. This is a non-stop grind. Like, I haven't had much sleep. A bitch been tired. A bitch been exhausted. But, you know, it's just that something in me that, you know, just keeps me going. It's like, I know that I gotta make this happen. This vision, I gotta make this vision come true because I see it and I know it's there, you know? Yeah, so I'll push through all that, you know? So I ain't here to complain about none of this. Like, I'm all for the grind and all of that. I love the grind, in fact. But so basically during my travel time, I utilize all that time to like put together my parlays. I'll blog. I put my notes together. So by the time I land into whatever city, state, country, whatever, I'm pretty much ready to record, put my parlays together and have them ready for y'all. And then I ended up having a trip to Vegas, which ended me getting slutted out by 3 of my homies. And I ended up putting that parlay out, Slut Me Out, which is still one of the top parlays to date. So yeah, now that I'm having like a viral moment on my audio only podcast, I'm feeling more pressure because I'm already feeling pressure to do a YouTube show, right? But now I'm feeling even more pressure, y'all, because I'm like, fuck, like, I'm gonna keep going viral. You feel me? On the audio end, imagine if I did that parlay and it was my face with it too. Like, that shit would have went nuts. Like, that shit would have been crazy. Like, for real, for real. But fuck it. So I'm like, all right. At the time, I'm still like, shit get better with my apartment. You know, my manager kind of started taking over, you feel me? So when my new finance manager, the one I talked about, I wanted to suck his dick in the office, that one, like, he started taking over. And then when he started taking over, when I kid you the fuck not, like, just a straight up heaven sent angel, like, he's literally everything that I was praying for, because the other managers before were so fucking trifling and they give a fuck and didn't do shit. So when he came, it was like, thank God, like, because he literally was everything I could have asked for and more. Like, he actually cared about his job. Like, I wanted to suck his dick because he fucking, like, he been handling this shit for real. That's why I wanted to suck his dick. I was just so grateful. Like, thank you. Like, shit. Anyways, but at the time, you know, so I'm still not sure what's going on over here, but shit's getting handled at my place. But it was some work to do before I knew I can get the studio getting started here. So fuck it. I end up going to the Open Bar Podcast with C4 Studio. So I go over there and for 2 weeks, literally, like, recorded this shit. And then to make matters worse, during that time, right, me being there, the 2 little weeks I was there, I noticed this nigga's like sitting by the door while I'm recording this shit with like notes and all. Like, if you taking notes on what I'm saying, then I'm kind of irritated with him because I'll put out a topic and I notice like I put out my mental health topic that he put out one like the following week. So I'm kind of like, nigga, you getting ideas from me? And then he wasn't helping me like that. And then, yeah, y'all, like, I ended up telling him about himself, you feel me? Because he wanted to keep saying that he was helping me. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm paying for the studio space and everything. So, if anything, nigga, I'm helping you, nigga. I'm putting money in your pockets, the fuck? So, when I told him that, like, he did, and then I told him, hey, next time I'm recording, nigga, you got to stand outside or you got to put some earmuffs on or something, bro. Like, you're not finna just be listening to what I'm saying, you feel me? So, when I said that, he definitely didn't like that. So, he told me pretty much to get out. Like, so I was out of there. And, at that time, too, I was so stressed because I'm like, fuck, I just started the YouTube show and luckily the studio really wasn't much of shit. So it wasn't like y'all was missing out on a whole lot of much of anything. I had my banner on that black wall and it was, it was set up all right. But at the most, like, it was not the Pink Parley studio, y'all, at all. Like, but it was working for them. But, I was going to go to some other studios. And honestly, y'all, I was like, man, fuck all that shit. I don't want nobody taking my parlay from me ever again. So fuck it. I got complete control of these hotel rooms for the most part. I got complete control of this banner. I'm about to set this shit up. And, again, off adrenaline, was like, fuck C4. I don't need him. So that's what made me just be like, fuck it. I'm in these hotel rooms with this banner. Like, and literally on some like, fuck that nigga type shit. Like, not even thinking about really what I'm doing. I'm just so pumped up. And shit, when a motherfucker got you fucked up, you'll be surprised at the motivation you'll have about some shit, for real. And it's like, y'all, like, you have to just go, like, all the obstacles I went through, right? And even though I felt like my life was possibly at rock bottom, or just not rock bottom, because I've been through a lot of shit, but my life was a lot lower than what it's been in previous years, right? So I'm really feeling like, damn, like, I done took like a couple good L's back to back. Like, I'm trying to, like, catch up on my losses and shit, and, this Pink Parley is like this fucking dream. And then I'm going through this shit and betrayal and losing friends and shit. And then moving to an apartment that got bugs. So, like, it's all this shit, right? Like on a nigga, like stressing me the fuck out. Then like I got a place, but I ain't even staying in that bitch. So I'm this hotel hopping. Like, it was the most stupidest and craziest and most insane moment. But through it all, you guys, like, somehow I kept my sanity. And I don't know, it was a passion. It's like trusting the universe, knowing that the universe has been very much on my side, knowing that everything gonna be all right. I just knew, like, something in my heart, I just knew that things was gonna get better. Now, I didn't know when shit was gonna get better, but I just knew shit was gonna get better. And indeed, it started getting better. As soon as my leasing manager took over, shit started improving tremendously, right? And, I think through this podcasting, because I feel like sometimes I make this shit look too fucking easy, for real. Like, because I'm by myself and I'm self doing everything. But when I tell y'all it ain't shit easy about none of this shit, like, and through all the journeys and all the shit I've been through in my life, I could say that this one has probably been the most difficult one and probably one of the most emotional ones. And probably one of the most lonely ones. I will say that the shit gets done, and the shit only gets done because I put my all into this. 24/7, nonstop. There's always something that I could be doing for the parlay. There's always something I am doing for the parlay. Then I got multiple different parts to the parlay. So, there's always something, and that's in any business, right? Like, it's nonstop. And especially because I'm doing everything else. So it's like I'm editing. So I'm doing everything. I'm marketing, I'm doing the audio. So, it is a lot for a person. And yeah, it can be a lot. And I've had to sacrifice a lot. I see it. I've sacrificed it right now because I'm in this grind mode and I have to make this vision happen. So when I see people having fun going out, like, I can go out and have fun too, but honestly, I'll be thinking like, nah, like, fuck that. I got to do my edits. I got to get my parlay ready for Sunday. Like, I just sacrifice it a lot. Now, I know I am eventually going to start having a lot more fun once things start getting to where I want them to be. But right now, I don't got time for really all of that. Like, I'm all in on my parlay and getting into where I need to go and reaching some milestones. Then once I get to a point where I can kind of sit back a little bit, then I can have some fun. Maybe I can start hiring more of a crew or something like that. So yeah, y'all, 9 long grinding months of betrayal and heartbreak and stress and whatever, just a fucking vision. And I'm here. And like I said, guys, like this only stage one of the Pink Parley studio. Eventually, I'm going to keep expanding. I'm going to keep growing it. I'm going to keep getting it better. I'm going to keep upgrading. So yeah, things are only going to keep getting better and better and better. And then yeah, I know like a lot of y'all been saying like, when you going to have more interviews and all this shit? Like, I know what I'm doing, y'all. Like, chill. I got y'all. But mind you, like, first of all, I've been had the Pink Parley blog and shit, right? Wasn't really taking it serious. I more so blogged my story. And even that, like I put it in my ebonics, like ghetto language texting talk. Like I did not even put proper grammar and take the time to even proofread that, you know? So that's what really like, you know, that's what started me in the blog. But, you know, I kind of was like, veered away from it, you know, especially once I started the YouTube show. I didn't feel like I really needed to write anymore. And then I started kind of missing that shit, right? And then that's when I had my leasing manager, and I thought like the fantasies that I had going through my mind about this man was just so lit for a story for me that I was just like, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna write a story about this shit because it's lit, and I could just talk about everything about like my business and pleasure and make it a topic and all that. So of course, yeah, like I blog it. I decided to put it on my Instagram because it was a little steamy. You feel me? I was like, motherfuckers might like this. Not really thinking nobody gonna trip. Maybe one or two people might, you know, like it and fuck with it. But like, it was like at least 30 plus of y'all was tapping into the blog, reading my shit, the whole shit too. And when I type a lot, y'all. So like, y'all was reading the whole thing. I was like, for like, y'all fucking with this? Like, I felt like y'all was fucking with the blog more than the podcast, like for some people, because I do know that it's a lot of podcasters out here right now. So I know it probably gets a little overwhelming when you hear it's another podcaster. But I'm telling you, I'm not no ordinary podcaster now. So just stay tuned for the more shit I got to cut. But yeah, so once I started figuring out that y'all like the blogs, I'm like, well, damn. Shit, a bitch about to start blogging and really taking this shit serious for real. Like, cause a bitch could write her ass off. So I'm like, this is, and I honestly was missing the writing anyway. Like, I love to write. It's like real therapeutic for me for real. So yeah, like, so now I'm pushing my blog more seriously. So I wanted to make sure, you know, I'm pushing my blog. I know my guest is coming. I knew I had my studio I was working on and shit like that. So yes, like I said, I promise y'all, guests are coming. Guests is tapping in. Guests is fucking with the new studio as well. So yes, you are going to see a lot of different people, a lot of different sexy entrepreneurs that's out here that's ready to promote and just market whatever they got going on. So I'm super excited to have them. And I told y'all before, but like every time it's like a big moment in my life, like it's always some bullshit, right? Like not fuck some bullshit. It be all this shit happening, right? Like almost like my life is just come crashing down on me, and always at a big moment. And I did not let nothing stop me. And I kept going and I kept pushing through it. And it was like more shit on top of more shit on top of more shit. And I could have gave up, but I said, no, fuck that. And I'm so happy. And mind you guys, this wasn't no shit that took just like a couple weeks, a month. Like, no, this is like damn near a year, y'all, like of really fighting and grinding and just trying to get here. Like literally just trying to get to this point where I'm at today. And I guess my purpose in sharing my story with y'all really was because if you have a vision, just keep pushing forward, because, you know, you're going to have those obstacles when you're working on greatness. You know, you're going to have people hate on you. You're going to have your friends switch up on you. You know, you're going to have people going to tell you that you ain't shit. But I told people about my podcast, people was like, well, what's going to make you different? What's going to make you stand out? Like, for real, like people was really harsh to me. So, you know, just like everyone out there that's a creative, into music, starting your own business, whatever, you'll have those people doubting you, and you cannot listen to motherfuckers. In fact, I highly recommend you move all them type of motherfuckers from around you. Don't even be around nobody that's going to be negative and talking to you like that, because it could hinder your whole business and your whole game plan. I've let that shit hinder me all my life. I didn't have a gang of friends tell me that my business ideas weren't good. This is the first time in my life I haven't listened to no damn body. In fact, because if I listened to everybody about this show, I wouldn't be here today, you guys. No one saw this shit. When I was telling everybody about, oh, I'm going to be in the all pink. I'm going to wear all pink. It's going to be this and that. Like, I have all these cool topics, and I have merch ideas, and still do have merch ideas that I'm planning on working on. So stay tuned. But I have all this shit, right? I'm telling everybody about my plan, which was another mistake. But I'm telling everybody this plan. And no one saw this shit like I see it. And that's the thing. Like, not everybody gonna see your vision like how you see your vision. So just know, as long as you see that vision, you believe in your vision, keep on going for it. And if the universe wants that vision to happen for you, best believe, baby, the universe is gonna have that shit fall in place for you right when it's meant to be. And I think for just all the other podcasters that's out there, go out there and just fucking do that shit. Like, if you really want to start a podcast, like, do it. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It does not matter if, because honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. Just like seeing how it went for me anyways. Like, I would have been mad as hell if I would have invested all this fucking money and had a studio and I ain't even getting not one damn view on my shit. You feel me? It took a minute to get people to really fuck with my shit for real. And that's why I'm saying, for podcasters out there, stop worrying so much about like the aesthetics and the perfection of things. Because more than likely, if you're first starting off as a podcaster, you ain't never talked to no mic, you ain't never really did no major shit like that, it's not going to be perfect, y'all. Like, it's just not. Especially if you're self-taught on everything like I was. You listen back to my first parlays, I was proud of them, but they weren't perfect. And they had a great message though. So I encourage you guys to listen to them. But definitely I've came a long ways and learned along the way. And I think it was important to, I was still able to build my fan base. I was still able to build my content. And, you don't want to hold out on that. And I will say, like, one thing that, like, most consumers, or when you're telling people about their podcasts and stuff and they're looking at your channel, most people are going to want to see a full channel that they can even, like, they can scroll on before they even consider subscribing to you. So I would say, stop focusing so much on the perfection aesthetics. Focus more on building the content. And no matter how hard your journey could be, whatever it is you're doing, never give up. Because if I can do this shit and make it, I know y'all can. Welcome to Pink Parley. It's your fine big booty host Molly, and today we are playing a game. Hey y'all, so I'm back with the game Hot Seat, and yes, I'll be pulling a few cards from the deck and just be answering these questions with nothing but 100% realness. So I'm gonna draw the first card. What would I like to change about the society we live in? Honestly, what I like to change is, like, these weird ass bitches. Like, bitches be weird as fuck nowadays, especially. And it's crazy because I just be trying to find bitches to be friends with, bitches to collab with, bitches to do shit with. And every time I do shit with bitches always fuck around and do some weird shit. So I don't know. Like, I'm trying to still keep, being on some woman empowerment shit and keep trying to fuck with these bitches. But so far, all these bitches, especially in LA, have been fucking weirdos. So I don't know what the fuck going on with that, but if I wish I could just change that and just stop you bitches from being so weird, I would definitely do that for sure. Going on to the next card. What product am I an unpaid spokesperson for? So I'm an unpaid spokesperson for, I'm going to just say it, Lash Like a Hottie. And, you see me, I've been like endorsing her lashes and stuff like that, looking out and all that stuff, right? And honestly, y'all, like, she keep doing weird ass shit, right? Because already before I even did this little thing with her, she already had posted some weird shit talking about, like, the whole meme situation, right? So remember going back to my parlay and I was talking about that fucking meme that made me want to put out Proud Hoe, talking about, like, yeah, imagine being in your 30s and being a proud hoe, right? So she's the one who posted the meme, right? So it started from that. I already told her about the shit. I'm just like, like, do you know who I like? Do you know what I'm about? Do you know, like, the type of people that watch my show and stuff like that? And are you sure you really want me to do this with you? And, she explained everything. So I was like, all right, whatever, cool. And then she posted again, like, imagine having kids and then you on Twitter with your pussy out. And I'm just like, I'm not on Twitter with my pussy out, but I was just like, that's offensive to all the mothers out there that's trying to do whatever the fuck to feed your kids and provide for your kids. If you got to have your pussy out on Twitter just to do that and give your kids a better life, then fuck it, like, but why are you bashing them type of women? And then you sell lashes, like thick, long, like lashes too, like thought type of lashes. So it's like, to me, Like, low key, like, thoughts will wear those type of lashes. I'm not saying like her lashes are fire. I love her lashes. But I'm just saying, like, especially like some of the thick, full, like people who wear lashes are baddies. So, and baddies could be everything, right? It could be anything from a stripper, entrepreneur, whatever, right? But it's like, don't offend a certain part of your audience. And then, like, I feel like if I'm referring y'all to her and maybe y'all are content creators and y'all are on Twitter with kids, I don't want y'all to be insulted, right? So I told her that again, and I don't know. This shit just going left, y'all. I don't know what y'all think. Like, I don't really know what to do at this point because I'm conflicted. I don't really know her personally, but I really do want to do business and support, but I'm kind of not liking these fucking subliminal ass messages she's posting in because it's low key offending me, and even if it's not even implying to me, I feel like it's gonna be offending maybe some of y'all. So I don't know. That shit's just weird. I'm not really fucking with that at all. So. But yeah, I am looking for more endorsements though, because I'm super excited to just advertise any products that I can for those who have like products and shit like that. And y'all just scared to come on the show, because I understand like it's some scary shit to just come on camera and just present yourself to the world like that. But if it's a situation like that, but you have a dope ass product, I'm more than happy to advertise for it, especially like anything sexual, sex toys, marijuana related stuff, anything like that. I'm down for it. So yeah, let me know. And so yeah, what would I be doing 1 year from now? Basically, what I'll be doing 1 year from now, I'm pretty sure I'll still be doing a parlay. Hopefully, growing more shit, getting more furniture, getting my shit right, making improvements, reaching some milestones and goals of my podcast like I want to. Being a, popping podcast in LA. I would love that for me. In about the next year. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of hard work to get there. So, I just got to stay consistent and stay at it. So yeah, that's how I see my next year for sure. What do people wrongly assume about me? I think people wrongly assume that I'm mean or something. Like, I know I carry myself strongly and shit because I'm not no weak ass bitch or anything. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a sweetheart. Like, I'm so sweet. Like, I'll pretty much do this about anything for you. I'm here to like listen to you. Like, I'm a very humble person. And that's the thing too. Like, a lot of people I think just think that I'm like a stuck up ass bitch, and that's not even the case with me. Like, I'm so down to earth. Like, cause I've just been through a lot of shit. So like, I make sure that I stay humble. Like, in everything I do, with everything I accomplish, like, I still like, pray on always remaining a humble individual, because I don't ever want to feel like I'm better than anybody or better than anything. You feel me? I'm a human being just like everybody else. You feel me? So yeah, like I'm very humble, you guys. So yeah. Next card. What is something that I wish I enjoyed? Honestly, I wish I enjoyed like social situations more, but I'm talking about the really overcrowded, overwhelming ones. Like, I do wish I enjoyed that shit, but you gotta, like, I don't really drink as much as I used to, right? So when I go out and shit, like, I'm very aware of what's going on now. And I realize now, like, all this shit was going on when I was a drunk ass bitch, but I used to be so fucking loaded. I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit, none of the haters. I didn't even realize bitches didn't even like me for real. And then now that I'm sobered up, like, I'm kind of like really seeing people's true colors. And I think that's what's changed a lot of my life too. But anyways, like, yeah, just going to the club now and just being around just a lot of like tense vibrations and energies, like, and all that shit, like, I'm really cool on that. And like, I feel like lately, especially in LA, only in LA actually, where I go out and it's that type of vibe. Like, everybody be so fucking mad. I don't even know why. Like, damn. So, honestly, y'all know I like to grind. I like to make money. That's what I like to do. Like, fuck going to the club, really. Like, I like making my money. I like doing my show, of course, and that's it. Like, when I go out to a club, I just want to, like, network and all that type of shit. Like, I'm not looking to really just be going there just to watch a whole bunch of bad-ass bitches. Like, because I get mad. I be like, this is a waste of my time. I could have just been making some money or some shit. You feel me? Making some good use of my time instead of being here. So, yeah, I wish I did enjoy the club more, though. Because for people that do enjoy the club, y'all look like y'all be having fun as fuck on Instagram. But I don't know. When I go, I don't be having that type of fun. I don't know. It sucks for me. What puts me in a good mood immediately? First of all, my son, like, every time I see him, he just brightens up my whole day. Like, I don't know. It's even when he try to be mean and he be clowning me and all that stuff, like, he's just a kid being a kid, of course. But he makes me happy. Like, I don't even think he could really make me mad for real. Like, I don't know. He's that only person too that I feel like that with. Like, I don't know. It's like we got like telekinesis or something. Like we connect on a special level, I think, because, you know, I guess because he's my child. So everyone that got a child, I don't know. Do y'all know that feeling? But it's like sometimes I feel like my son the only one that understand me. So I don't know, because he has some of my brain molecules too. But like everyone else, I don't be getting. I be like, why motherfuckers so strange? Like, with my son, like we just be getting each other. Like, so yeah, like he's dope. So he makes me happy. And of course, my Pink Parley. This makes me very happy as well. Being able to do this podcast. So, and being able to grow this podcast too. So, and y'all liking this podcast. So yeah, so many perks. So those are the two things right now that are just make me completely happy. So yeah, next card. Which body part would I miss the most if it were gone? So like, I guess like I would say my booty, because I like my booty a lot. But I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say my pussy. Because like, honestly, this be the money maker right here. Like, I feel like my booty is like the attention maker. Like, people be attracted to it. They look at it. But this right here is the one that keep motherfuckers coming back. This coochie right here. So I'm just actually say like that's my favorite body part. And then, I don't know. Yeah, definitely that's my favorite body part. I think my pussy's like my best friend. Honestly. Love my pussy. Next card. What is the craziest thing I've done with a stranger? Fucked them. Pegged them. Sometimes sometimes I've literally fucked them like with a whole dildo type shit. So yeah, you just never know sometimes, especially in my line of work, what you'll end up doing with a stranger. So yeah, it's kind of fun though. Sometimes, yeah, I like that random shit. You know, I'll be needing that in my life. What have I tried for the first time within the last year? So I had talked in some previous parlays, but like I actually just tried the whole golden shower thing. So I've been wanting to do this shit for like at least several years, and I've asked like at least several guys like throughout the time, like, hey, can you pee on me and all this stuff? And men be scared to do that, or they be just too respectful, or I don't know what the problem is, right? So a lot of dudes never wanted to do it. You know, my ex didn't want to do it, so I never had it done. And then finally I was dating someone and we were together and I asked him to do it and he was down and he did it and I loved it. So, and then, yeah, I also went to Vegas and I was dealing with a guy and we both like to give each other golden showers. So yeah, that's all something though that I've just tried, like being in my 30s. Like when I was in my 20s, even though I wanted to try it, I could not find nobody down for that shit. So it took me years to find that shit. I'm still searching for certain like sexual fantasies. Like I've been having sexual fantasies for so long, y'all. Nobody want to do them with me. Like everybody be so lame. Like not too many people on my level for real. So I just be like, that's why I just stay in my lane and just get my bread, because like I don't got time for all these basic ass sexual people out here. Like it just be a waste of body for me. Like, cause I'm really a freak. Well, yeah, we gonna wrap this game on up. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this realness. I'll catch y'all on the next parlay.
Special thanks. Neptune Jones, Nicholas Garcia, J.O. Sordo, Dreaded Lion 77,